change. And that's the reason why I use simple events, okay? And it can hold 1,000 people, 1,000 lines. All right. You don't need this instant teleseminar if you don't want to. There's several reasons why I use it. I use it for like in cases like this where we don't have a lot of we're not going to have 200 people on the line, and so that's when I use it. Also, too, the way I'm planning to test out a new way of doing it where they can choose to listen over the phone, or they can go onto a website and listen to the audio on the website without having to call to the phone. And so I'm testing that out as well, and it's just different ways. The more ways that the audience can access the audio and or the video of your webinars, the better. Okay, because some people don't want to pay for the long distance charges, or some of them, they're like, well, if I'm watching a webinar, why do I have to call into the phone? And so you would use instant teleseminar webcasts to be able to accomplish that. Maybe I'll show you what that looked like. Okay. Alrighty. Let me I don't have any events going on right now, but let me show that to you. Let me add a new event. So that way, it's just a cool service that allows you to do both of those things there. I don't think it matters. Anyways, all right. Makes me have to choose a template here, so I'm just going to choose one. Oh man. Gosh. Let me just, I don't care. Get me through. Duration. Let me just put a closer date so when I get there it doesn't, what time is it? Let me see. Just pick something. I don't care at this point. I'm just trying to show you how the webcast thing works. Okay. So when you're doing it live, using the instant teleseminar service, the people can, if you're using their default page, people can call into a phone number and they can hear you, or they can just press play using one of these, and they'll be able to hear you, online. And so I think this here can support like a lot of people, like 1,000 people probably, and this here can only support 200 people. Of course, here they can't ask you questions. They can type in their questions. They just can't talk to you. Here they can talk to you. Okay, so that's that for Instant Teleseminar. Let me see here. All right, now let's talk about recording. The GoToWebinar has its own recording tool if you want to use that. The reason why we use Camtasia for recording and not the GoToWebinar for recording is because with Camtasia we're able to select the screen size that we want. Now, if I don't care for that feature, if I don't care to select the screen size, if I don't mind just recording this entire big screen, okay, my entire desktop screen, then I can just use this because this will do that. And here, okay, you can go to Tools, okay, Recording, okay, and you can go to Settings. Okay, you do want to record audio, and you want to pick where your audio is coming from. Okay, so if you're going to pick, let's say if you're going to record from your voice path, right, your JK audio voice path into the microphone of your computer, then you'll pick this, okay? And you should use Convert to Windows Media Player file. Don't use this GoToMeeting format because it's a proprietary format. Because if you use that, you can't import that into Camtasia. You can't edit it. You can't turn it into an AVI file. It's very difficult to do. But if you convert it into Windows Media Player format, then you can do many things with that. So use this, okay? Use Convert to Windows Media and record audio. Now, if you don't connect from the phone into the microphone jack of your computer, the audio is not going to be recorded. Only the video is going to be recorded, okay? So you got to make sure you do that part. All right, and then you can just click on record, and that's pretty much it, okay? And when you're done, when you're done, then you can click on stop. Got it? All right, so that's if you want to use this as your recording tool. Or your second option, like I said, is to use Camtasia to do the recording. And with Camtasia, you can select the recording area. On my side, I share my entire desktop, my desktop here, and then on Lisa's side, she choose the screen size to where she'll just record the width is 640, okay, 640Y. So that way, on most browsers, on most people's monitors, that's a pretty decent screen size that they can view. Now, if you have a big monitor, then this replay here that you're watching, if you have a high resolution, then chances are your screen is pretty small, right? You're probably looking at that right now, and that's okay. I mean, we purposely did it with 640 is also too, so that way when we upload it online, it's the file size is not very big, and so it doesn't take a long time for them to download. Like especially if they have slow internet, like dial-up internet, it'll take forever for them to download. And so we use the smaller, 640 width screen recording area. The frame rate that we're using on the replay part of it, okay, we use 3 to 5 because most of this presentation, the frame rate is pretty choppy anyways. Frame rate, if this was a live motion video where, if I'm doing a live presentation, then the screen rate, would needs to be like 30, so that way you don't see the choppiness of the of my presentation. But since most of these is text, there's not a lot of live motion. So setting the frame rate down to 3 to 5 is okay. So that way your file size will be small. And same thing with the audio. Setting it down so that way the file size would be small. So that way it doesn't take too long to download, for people to download to watch. Okay, so that's the way Lisa is doing the way Lisa is doing the airing of this video that you're watching right now is through GoToWebinar. Okay, so she log on to GoToWebinar, and then she calls the Instant Teleseminar phone, the bridge line, and then she plays the video. She shares her screen where she's only sharing that. We use Power DVD, which is a software that plays DVD videos, and so she's using that screen. She's only sharing that screen, and so you can't. That's why you can't see like other control that are going on. Now, when later on at the end, if you want to see it, she'll share the rest of her screen, so you can see everything else that was going on her computer, and how she only shared this specific video. So basically you're watching a movie right now, okay? And Tim Ma is the star of this movie. It's awesome movie. And so that's how Lisa is doing this replay back. And so you do need, using this technique, you do need somebody, a physical being, to do the replay, or to air this video and this audio, so that it looks like it's live, because really somebody is there doing it live. When you back in the old days, when we do teleseminars and you hire a company to play the teleseminar at a certain time and date, they do the same thing. They actually have an employee that goes and log in and call in and press play. Okay, so that same technology happens here with the webinar. Now, there's another way that you can do this, that you can use technology to do it without having somebody there doing it live. And the second way that you can do this is using a flash player that doesn't have any controls. And so by the time that you're watching this replay, okay, I'm going to send you a link to watch the replay of this in a flash file that doesn't have any control. So, like if it was a live webinar, or perhaps Lisa can show it to you after this, where it's like you're watching this video like you're watching right now, but except for you go to a web page and you go and watch that. So you don't have to log into GoToWebinar. You don't have to call into the bridge line. You just go to a web page, and that web page will then play this video, and you don't have any control. So it seems to you like if it was really live, but in reality it's really not live. So if you come in late, it starts from the beginning. With this webinar, if you came in late, it started wherever you came in, because it's being shown to you as a movie. It's like you go into a movie and watch a movie. Using a flash player, then if you refresh the page, it will start all over again. Okay, it wouldn't continue like when you're doing it live. And I'm going to show you that in just a little bit here. But you can go to Google and type in JWFLV player. That'll be easier for you, and it'll take you to this web page. And the second web page here that I have on here is just a wizard that they have to allow you to adjust the different settings, so that way you can get the settings that you want. Okay, let me show it to you real quick here.